Welcome back to News Geelong. A Family Activities Day highlighted reconciliation in the park, as Meryl Friend reports.
And we're here at Johnston Park for Reconciliation in the Park. And we were able to chat with David Tournier from Watherong all about the significance of the day for him.
Basically, it's I go into schools teaching cultural heritage in regards to the local Watherong people. Also, I work with the Watherong language to look at different ways of getting it back out to the Aboriginal community. I do cross-cultural education programs with different organisations. I get involved in things like this, like today, and yeah, it keeps me busy.
So Reconciliation Week and this celebration in the park today, what does it mean to you?
Well, to me today it just means I get to have a rest and watch everybody else work. But no, it's about recognising and recognising Aboriginal people as the traditional custodians of this land. It's a way of working together and working out what we can do together, I suppose, with different organisations, just with people in general. It's a way of breaking down barriers, and people get to have a crack at making some damper and maybe doing some basket weaving, or they might want to have a crack at making a boomerang or something, or making a didgeridoo. So yeah, it's just something different for a change, and this, I think, is our third year. Yeah, and it's slowly growing, so as long as we have a good time, it's the main thing.
What's your name?
Jacinta.
And what's your favourite thing that's here at the Reconciliation Week?
The boomerangs.
Which one?
The boomerangs.
The boomerangs. Have you had a try at throwing them?
No.
What about painting? That's your favourite thing? Yeah. From Johnston Park, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. The Geelong Racing Club will receive $31,000 from the state government to develop a master plan for the future of the Geelong Racecourse, as Ian Nichols reports.
It's race day here in Geelong. The sun is about to shine, and it's one of the 46 meetings we have here every year. Training facilities are going to be upgraded considerably in the very near future. The Minister for Racing, Dennis Napthine, was at Geelong today to announce funding for a master plan to redevelop the training facilities here at Geelong.
Racing's not only a very exciting sport, which we all love, it's also a significant part of the Victorian economy. A multi-billion-dollar industry, 70,000 people employed in racing, many of those in regional and rural Victoria. And in Geelong, we have a very large racing centre with over 40 meetings a year, and also over 100 horses trained each day on the track. And that employs enormous numbers of track riders, trainers and meat suppliers to those trainers. It is an important part of the Geelong economy. What we're able to announce today is the Baillieu government is putting in $31,000 and the racing industry is putting in $31,000 to provide $62,000 for a master plan for the Geelong Racing Complex to improve amenities for the stabling of horses on race day, the patrons on race day, but more importantly, improving training opportunities and facilities. Move some of the trainers who are in Horvath Court, move them on site, onto the track, and upgrade facilities for trainers. And this will provide the opportunity to attract more trainers, more horses to Geelong. That means more jobs for local people and a real boost for the local economy. What we really need is a master plan that the government and the racing industry are funding, $62,000, to provide a way forward to cater for the growth in racing at Geelong, and more importantly, to cater for the needs of the trainers in the Geelong community. This is a real boost for Geelong and really puts Geelong on the map as one of the premier racing venues outside the metropolitan area.
Well, it certainly seems as if they're moving forward right now to that dream, if you like, of being the best facility outside of Metro, anywhere in Australia for that matter.
The Baillieu government is absolutely determined to make sure Geelong is one of the best provincial racing and training centres anywhere in Australia, anywhere in the world. The master plan will provide a blueprint for further investment in training facilities, in on-course facilities, in patrons facilities, so that Geelong really does move to the next stage of its development as one of the premier racing and training centres anywhere in Australia.
Look, it is. It is exciting, and you know, it's the start of the long, you know, haul of getting it all right. It's you know, great planning is important to make sure that you get everything right, and so the funding of the master plan enables us to do that. It gives us that opportunity to make sure you plan things correctly. There's a lot of things that we'd like to do, but you just want to make sure you get the whole process right. So it's about getting the right people, the professionals in to make sure the plans are drawn up properly. Well, certainly, if we can get the stabling relocated from Hayworth Court on site, that'll make a huge difference. You're probably aware of the problems that we've had with Hayworth Court over the years since there was an incident a number of years ago, and now the trainers have to float their horses from Hayworth Court to the course, and that's been particularly difficult and impractical. And so building on-course stabling and having maybe 100 or 200 boxes on course is going to make a big difference. So the training facilities are certainly on the up since we've had the synthetic track. Being able to not worry about the weather and put your horses through their paces every morning, you know, the trainers can have a lot of confidence they've got a good facility there, which is great.
At the Geelong Racing Club, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. The Geelong Field Naturalist Club has made a significant contribution to areas of ecological interest as it celebrates its 50th anniversary. Meryl Friend reports.
We're here at the National Wool Museum to celebrate World Environment Day and also the 50th anniversary of the Geelong Field Naturalist Club. We were able to speak with Councillor John Dool.
Yep, it's a great message to just remember the environment. We only do it one day for the year, which is unfortunate. It'd be great to sort of do it more often. So it is fantastic, but again, if everyone can do whatever they can to just think, you know, whether it's planting or, you know, waste or whatever, to consider World Environment Day. But also too, what a great thing, you know, 50 years for the Geelong Field Nats. It's fantastic. So again, they'll be presented with an award today.
The council's been good enough to give the club an award in recognition of its 50th anniversary. So, you know, it's a pretty substantial achievement, especially for environmental organisation. And the Field Nats Club is actually the oldest environmental organisation in Geelong. And it's had a predecessor organisation, in fact, that went back into the late 19th century. So it's part of a very substantial movement of field nats clubs in Australia in particular that goes well back into the 19th century. And the objectives of the club and of other field naturalist clubs has always been to engage in the study and appreciation and of the natural environment, of natural history. And of course have tended to move a fair bit into being involved not only in the scientific side of natural history and in the environment, but involved in contributing that or applying it to public decision making. And obviously, as environmental issues have become more current over the years, the Field Nats has had a lot of involvement in those questions as well. It's certainly in our region.
For World Environment Day, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.